So I kind of want to do just a quick 53-man roster. At least I'm not going to go over how it's going to be constructed, but I want to go over some of the players who I think are going to make the team or not make the team. Post-game videos on my personal channel if you want to hear that. So this is more of the roster. So let's get this thing started here really quick. What I think is going to happen here. Jared Goff obviously is going to be starter. I do think that Sudfeld is going to be second string. Hendon Hooker, third string, because Sudfeld didn't play. Even though I like Hendon Hooker better, he needs more development in the passing game, but he's got great legs. He's shown his mobility throughout the preseason, really did it in this game. A lot to like about Hendon Hooker, just needs a little bit more development on some of the work there. Jake Fromm could make it on the practice squad. I think he should. I know it's just one game and a couple series for him, but I actually like the way that he passed the football. I think he should make the practice squad. I do. I think he's deserved it. He's been here just a couple weeks, and those are pretty good passes, pretty good drives with players that he's barely been with, and I think that deserves to make the practice squad. So Jake Fromm could be in Detroit instead of from State Farm. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, we already know that. Craig Reynolds, we all know that. Sione Vaki will make it as the fourth running back. We already know that. These guys didn't even play, so we already know who's going to be there. The question will be, will other Bam Knight, will he make the practice? I think he makes the practice squad, not the actual team. Knight too. Maybe they do a Jake Funk as well, but we're going to have 4. St. Brown makes the team. Obviously, Jamison Williams, Khalif Raymond. Donovan Peoples knows he's not going to make the team. He deserves to not make this team. He didn't do anything in preseason that was spectacular. He didn't do anything that was average. I wanted to see him take the next step. I wanted him to show that he deserves to make the team, but he does not deserve to make the team. Same with Darius Fountain. I don't care what he did in training camp on the field. You have done nothing. When you do nothing, it's hard for me to root for you. Tom Kennedy, you know how he is, a practice squatter. But he may not even make the practice squad. Isaiah Williams, yes, he makes the team. He could do it on special teams, and that's a nice little niche for him, as well as Khalif Raymond. And he's a good slot receiver. You can't put Donovan Peoples-Jones ahead of him just because of size. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I've seen enough. Maurice Alexander, practice squatter. I think he would be good there. He had a pretty good game. He also is a kick returner guy, but he didn't do well in the first couple weeks in preseason. So maybe practice squad, if not make the team. Caden Davis, probably not making the team. Calhoun, maybe squatter, potentially. All right, let's get into some of these tight ends here. We know Sam Laporta is making the team. Brock Wright. Shane Zylstra makes it as number 3. James Mitchell is out. That's the way that I see it right here. James Mitchell didn't do anything. I thought the competition was really close between these two. Shane Zylstra stepped up. James Mitchell dropped the ball literally and figuratively. If you're trying to make the roster, you just cannot do that. Unfortunately, you just can't. And he dropped the ball a lot. Shane Zylstra deserves to be tight end 3. And I agree. Now, they could do Hesse as well, but he does fullback, so maybe they do 4, but he just does multiple positions. So I don't know if he makes, but if he makes team, it's because he does multiple. Taylor Decker, Dan Skipper, Giovanni Manu. There is no issues there. And Manu had a pretty good game, I thought, today. Graham Glasgow, Kayuta Owusuka makes the team. No. And he's on the IR. Frank Ragnall, Mike O'Neese, Kingsley Aguican, Brian Hudson. Yeah, it's not going to be that. Christian Mahogany will make it because he is a draft pick. Jalen Burton, no. Penei Sewell, yes. Colby Sorsdale, yes. Jamarco Jones, Connor Galvin, he's on IR. So no. So that's what the Lions are going to be there. I think we settled some of the spots. Now, when it comes to wide receiver 5 or 4, where it doesn't really matter, I think the Lions are either going to trade for a player or they're going to pick one up the cuts. It is going to be, they're going to have initially 4 on this roster. And if they, I just don't see the point even keeping Donovan Peoples-Jones on this roster at 5 to cut him just a couple days later. I just don't see it. If I'm the Lions, I'm going to keep 4. I'm going to cut the rest, and I'm looking for a wide receiver to help this team out depth-wise via trade or not. And There's going to be some interesting players that potentially you're going to have trade conversations about because not a lot has been figured out with his defense, and it's primarily defense. We know Aiden Hutchinson. Here's the first guy. James Houston got a sack in this game. Thought we know what we have in him. The question is, will the Lions trade him, or does he make the roster? I think if it's going to no trade, he makes the roster. I think they trade him. There's a potential to trade him. There is a potential there, and if that's the case, it legitimately could be Isaac Ukwu or Mitchell Agude. One between these two. And I don't know how it's going to go, but I'll say just initially he makes it. Agude doesn't. Beth does it. But this is going to be really interesting to watch. Pascal obviously makes it. Ukwu, we don't know. One of these guys will make it. Kyle Pico, yes. Levi Uzurike, yes. Broderick Martin, of course. Makai Wingo, yes. I don't think Betts makes it. Chris Smith, no. Patter Connor, no. Jack Campbell, of course. Joel, him, no. Alex Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez, Jalen Reeves, Maben, yes. Ty Summers. Shout out to Ty Summers. I don't think he makes the 53, but I would put him on the practice squad. I think he had 9 total tackles. He showed great work in the run defense. He was patient, looking for and waiting for the running back to find the hole. Finds it, and he takes the running back down. Ty Summers could be a practice squad guy, and I wouldn't mind that at all. Derek Barnes, of course. Ben Neiman. Beauplan. Beauplan's doing well, too. Him and Ty Summers are really... Lions are great. Man, they're great at linebacker. This is a deep linebacking core. I don't know which one. Maybe they both make the practice squad. Those two guys have done a good job. Carlton Davis, of course. Ennis Rakestraw. Khalil Dorsey, yes. He makes it. Is one of the last ones to make it. Rached Wild Goose. Great name. Not making the team. Brian Branch, yes. Ifu Tumefanu. CJ Moore. No. I know he's good on special teams. I know he has been good, but Brandon Joseph, to me, would take the spot. It's between him and Brandon Joseph. I'm taking Brandon Joseph. He's the younger talent, the higher ceiling. That's who I would take. They may go with more because of special teams, but it's hard to tell. Jalen Garnes, no. Terrion Arnold, yes. Kendall Vildor, yes. Stephen Gilmore, no. He's gotten worse from last year. He made the practice squad last year. Maybe he makes the practice squad this year. He's going to get cut. That's what's going to happen. Meek Robertson, yes. Emmanuel Mosley, questionable. Well, he know he's going to be on the IR. Gaudy, no. Jake Bates, yes. Of course, Jack Fox. Scott Daly will be your long snapper. So that's what I got there so far with these. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think makes it? Who do you think does not make it? With that said, adios.